Psychology says you're one decision away from a completely different life. But here's the thing. You keep making the same one. Ever wonder why your New Year's resolutions die by February? Fun fact, it's not because you're lazy. It's because you're doing it all wrong. Interesting, right? Here's the dark truth. You don't actually want to wake up at 5 a.m. You don't want to go to the gym. You want the result, but not the identity. And that's why you fail. Psychology says most people are trying to change outcomes without changing who they are. That's like trying to plant tomatoes in concrete. Cool idea, terrible execution. Think about it. You say, I want to lose weight, but you still see yourself as someone who doesn't exercise. Your brain? It's confused. The truth is, your habits are literally voting for the type of person you become. Every action is a vote, and right now, you're voting against yourself. Not cool. Wait for it. Psychology calls this outcome-based habits. You're obsessed with the finish line while ignoring the path. That's why you never actually finish. Fun fact, your brain doesn't care about your goals. It cares about survival and comfort. Change? That's a threat. So it sabotages you, quietly. Fascinating, really. Most people think motivation is the key. Here's the problem. Motivation is like weather. It comes and goes. You can't build a life on something that disappears every Tuesday. Psychology says willpower is a battery that drains throughout the day. By 8 p.m., you're running on fumes. That's why you binge Netflix instead of reading. Your battery's dead. Interesting. But here's the part nobody wants to admit. What if I told you that getting 1% better every single day would make you 37 times better in a year? Wait for it. Yeah, 37 times, not 365% better, 37x better. That's the power of compounding, and most people never experience it because they quit at 1%. Now, get this. If you get 1% worse every day, you decline to nearly zero. You don't stay the same, you disappear. That's the scary part. Psychology says small changes seem insignificant in the moment. You work out once and see no difference, so you quit. But here's what you missed. The breakthrough happens in the valley of disappointment. That's the zone where you're doing the work but seeing no results. Most people quit here. Don't be most people. Here's what studies found. Habits don't just change what you do, they change who you are. Psychology calls this identity-based habits. This is the real secret. Think of it like this. You don't want to read books. You want to become a reader. You don't want to run. You want to become a runner. See the shift? Fascinating. Research shows every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Win the majority of votes, and you win the identity. Simple math, really. Fun fact, your current habits are perfectly designed to give you your current results. If you want different results, you need a different system, not more goals, better systems. Psychology says goals are about the outcome. Systems are about the process. Winners and losers have the same goals. The difference? The system. Interesting how that works? Now, here's the scary part. You've been trying to change your life without changing your environment. That's like trying to stay sober while living in a bar. This explains why your life hasn't changed. Your phone is on your nightstand, your running shoes are in the closet, your brain follows the path of least resistance. Always. Wait for it. Psychology says humans are terrible at resisting temptation, but we're great at avoiding it. So stop trying to be strong. Just remove the temptation. Problem solved. And here's why this matters more than you think. Every habit is shaped by 4 laws. Make it obvious. Make it attractive. Make it easy. Make it satisfying. That's it. That's the code. This is the piece most people miss. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Your goals mean nothing if your system is broken. Think about that. The good news? You can fix the system right now. Psychology says the secret isn't motivation, it's environment design and identity shift. Let's break it down. Here's what you can do. Step 1. Decide who you want to become, not what you want to achieve. Time who you want to be. Writer, athlete, leader, choose your identity. Step 2. Prove it to yourself with small wins. Want to be a writer? Write 1 sentence. Want to be a runner? Put on your shoes. Psychology calls this casting votes for your identity. Fun fact, habit stacking is your cheat code. After I pour my coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. After I sit down for dinner, I will say one thing I'm grateful for. Stack it. Simple. Research shows that making habits obvious is 80% of the battle. Your gym bag by the door? That's a visual cue. Your book on your pillow? That's a trigger. Design your environment like an architect. Now get this. The 2-minute rule. Any habit can be scaled down to 2 minutes. Read before bed becomes read 1 page. Can't fail at 1 page. Fascinating, right? Psychology says the most effective form of motivation is progress, not inspiration progress. Track your habits. Put an X on the calendar. Don't break the chain. Your brain craves that visual win. Here's the pivot. Stop trying to change your life in 1 day. Change it in 1%. 1 decision, 1 habit, 1 vote at a time. That's how transformation actually happens. Remember this, you are not stuck because you lack goals. You're stuck because you lack systems. You're not unmotivated, you're just designing for the wrong identity. Fix the system, the rest follows. So here's the final question. Who will you vote for tomorrow? Every action is a ballot. Every habit is a vote. The person you become is simply the majority winner. Choose wisely. I'll see you at 1% better. Think about that.